Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden and welcome back to day 9 of my 30-day garden transformation. I am taking 30 days and I am committing to going out into the garden every single day, putting my gardening boots on, doing some gardening tasks and one focused garden task every single day to improve my garden and just focus on little and often, doing a little bit of work every single day in the garden and getting all of that work to add up over 30 days. So I actually am getting started a little late today because today is Jason's birthday and we celebrated this morning with him. He actually had to go to work today. He has a pretty easy day at work, so it shouldn't be too bad. And then we have plans for once he gets home and later in the afternoon. So I don't have a ton of time today, but I still wanted to make sure that I got out, got my gardening boots on, do my daily routine and do my focus garden task. So as always, let's start the day off with my daily gardening routine. Sadie was helping me with watering my plant stash this morning. And while she was doing that, I went back by the greenhouse and weeded this whole area where I have my Easyscape planting. Since I disturbed the soil in this area, the weeds have been coming like crazy and we really need to mulch this area as well. Sadie was mulching more of the long border today and hopefully tomorrow or maybe later on this week, she'll get to mulching this area. So after I finished weeding, then I decided to deadhead right here. I have these 2 standard iceberg roses and I just quickly deadheaded those, got off all the old blooms while Monty was hanging out with me. Then I moved up to the front garden and fertilized my zigzag planter and my hanging baskets with the Proven Winners water-soluble fertilizer. Finally, for planting today, I went back to the back garden to my Gothic planter and this planter has been really confusing me. I actually planted it up with this purple fountain grass, the Artemisia, and then I had 3 super petunias planted and one by one they've all died. And this is what they look like when they die. So if any of you have any idea, this one looks a little bit more soggy than the other ones. The other ones looked a lot drier and I don't think it's too much water because I kept checking the soil and the soil seemed like it had good water. It wasn't too much for the Artemisia. It's not too much for the grass. I just literally have no idea what's going on with these super petunias. But 3 of them died, one after the other. So I decided instead of super petunias, I was going to try planting these pinkerific dahlias from Proven Winners, see how they went. And if they die, then maybe I'm just going to pull all the soil out. Maybe it's bad soil or something like that. I honestly don't know. But I planted the pinkerific dahlias here, and I actually think the color of these pinkerific dahlias is gorgeous with the terracotta Gothic planter from Haddonstone. I really, really like this color combination. So I have to remember that in the future because I planted more cool colored super petunias, which was really pretty because it contrasted the terracotta of the Gothic planter. But the pinkerific is kind of a coral color and I just love this combination. I think it's so, so pretty. So I have to remember this. Anyway, so I got my planting done. I got all the other things on my daily garden routine. That is all finished and checked off for the day. All right, so I'm all done with my daily routine. Now let's move on to my focused garden task. And for my focused garden task for day 9, I want to address the Vego beds that I have back here. These are my raised Vego beds. I have 4 of them. The front 2, I am focusing on making these a bunny and chicken buffet, and it's been such a success. I'm probably going to do this again next year because I have been using these beds literally every single day. I come out here, the bunnies are used to it. They get all excited and hop around. I grab some leaves, some foliage. I have some herbs here, parsley and thyme and oregano. And I grab some, throw them in there and they love it. And the chickens, they're used to it every day too. So I do need to kind of reseed a bunch of it because we've been using it a lot. And then I also planted some sunflowers and I'm going to let those grow for the chickens. Once the flowers die, I'm going to give the chickens the sunflower heads so they can eat the sunflower seeds, which is apparently like a delicacy for them. So this is really great. I'm loving these front 2 beds. This bed back here has my hydrangea in it that I fertilized a couple days ago. That's really happy. And then it has my flowering maple albutilon. This is my Victorian lady. This is the prettiest flowering maple, absolutely the prettiest one. If you guys can get your hands on this one, I would say absolutely do it because it is just It is so beautiful, and it blooms absolutely nonstop. This one I actually pruned back hard earlier this season, and it has fleshed back a lot thicker, a lot bushier, less leggy, which is exactly why I pruned it hard. So it's doing great. But what I want to work on today is I want to work on this bed right here. This is my Geranium maderense, or giant geranium. This whole bed with these blooms right here, this is one plant. One plant. You can see why it's called giant geranium. It's absolutely one plant. It's a biennial, and it's done blooming right now. And this plant is pretty much done, so I need to cut it back. But I wanted to leave it for a while because I wanted this to drop its seeds, so hopefully I get some seedlings. And then I thought I had a nest, a bird's nest in here, but I don't think I do. I've been kind of looking in through here, and I think they were probably thinking about making a nest in here, but I checked yesterday and there's nothing, so I don't feel bad for cutting it back. But anyway, I already see, I wonder if those are seedlings. Can you see that? All the seedlings? That would be great, because here's the blooms right here. That would be great if they were. I'm going to actually leave those and let them kind of grow up a little bit more. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to be cutting back today. I don't know if you guys can hear the neighbor's dog, but my neighbor is a dog trainer, and every once in a while she watches dogs, like for a couple days. And there's one dog that has just been barking non-stop. I mean, I feel really bad for this dog. He must be exhausted, but he's been barking absolutely non-stop. So if you hear that in the background, it's not Monty. Now it stopped. There we go. It's just this poor thing. I feel so bad for it. Anyway, so if you guys hear that in the background, it's just my neighbor who does dog training and takes care of dogs and everything like that. No big deal. Anyway, so I'm going to get started cutting that back. I might kind of clean this out a little bit and reseed it. And then I would love to plant something right here in this spot. It's so funny because I planted this hydrangea here temporarily until I found another place for it. But it is so happy right there underneath my Chinese pistache. It is like, that's the perfect place for it. So I don't think I'm going to move it, which is, I meant to use these raised beds as, stuff like this, like actually useful stuff, but it's just so happy there. I think I'm just going to leave it. So I'll have to plant something up here. Oh my gosh, this is so big. Oh my. Look what I just found. Whoops. All right, so that massive plant is out. I looked it up to make sure it was safe for the chickens, and it said it was safe for the chickens. So I put some of the blooms, one of the bloom stalks in there. I don't know if they're liking it. What do you girls think? What do you girls think? So I read that you don't want to give pelargoniums, right? Zonal geraniums to chickens, but true geraniums you can give to chickens. So hopefully they like it. I'll have to give them some of the foliage as well. But this plant is just massive, and that's one plant. So anyway, and then I was looking up the seedlings for the Geranium maderense, and I'm almost positive, 100% positive. These are the cotyledons, or the seed leaves that first come out of the seed, and then the true leaves come out next. And when I was looking down here on the ground, you can see a seedling here. Can you guys see that? those look like Geranium maderense leaves. So I think those are the true leaves and these are the seed leaves right there, because this is a Geranium maderense leaf. So anyway, my point is that I think I succeeded in getting a ton of seedlings. I'm gonna try and leave these guys here and hook up this drip and kind of put it over here to make sure that they get water. And then, I don't know, I have no idea what I'm gonna plant over here. Something else. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll plant some more salad mix for the bunnies and chickens. Just extend these two beds over here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. But anyway, I wanna protect these seedlings because these plants are extremely hard to find. If you get your hands on them, grab them, because they're great, but they do take a lot of patience because they're a biennial and they will not have those beautiful blooms until the second year. So you have to really take your time. If you guys want to watch a fabulous garden tour that I did 2 years ago, I went to Fanula's, my friend Fanula. She's the owner of Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, and she's actually the one that introduced me to this plant. And in her personal garden, they were all in bloom. It was just tons and tons and tons of them, and they were absolutely stunning. It was a really incredible garden tour, and I will link it in the description down below. Can I help you? Can you go somewhere else, please? Go somewhere else. Jump out. Jump out. Go. 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 Where did that trowel go that I had? Okay, do you want to go somewhere else? Oh my God, you guys, I hate frogs. Come on. Hold on. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so here's the lettuce that I'm going to be planting in this bed for the chickens and bunnies. Oak leaf lettuce, panisse, rouge d'hiver lettuce, romaine lettuce, and then Paris Island coast lettuce. It's not the ideal time to be planting, I mean, it's not a good time at all to be planting lettuce, but I think it's going to be totally fine because I don't really care if they bolt, because the bunnies and the chickens will eat the bolted lettuce. And to make sure these germinate, I'll just come out here every morning and water them in. And if we have a hot day, I'll actually come out twice. So then finally I planted up this Vego bed, this empty space right here. And I do feel bad that I'm not planting more veggies or fruits or something like that, but you can kind of see the shade that we get here. It's about noon right now, and it's completely shaded, and it'll be shaded for the rest of the day. So it only gets a couple hours of sun in the morning. It's definitely part shade to part sun. These two beds back here, these two beds are definitely more sun, and they can handle it. But what I ended up planting here that I just think looks so pretty, this whole combination is just gorgeous. These are called Spellbound Heuchera. These I got from Blooms, the wholesale nursery. When I went there, I got so many plants from them. They were so sweet, and they loaded me up. So these are absolutely beautiful. And then these are called Doublet White Begonias. Look at those. Aren't those really, really pretty? Both of these are sun to shade. The Heuchera is sun to part shade. And so I think they'll do well here. I've been having some trouble with Heuchera getting too little sun versus too much sun, which is the same trouble I have with hydrangeas. And this hydrangea is doing so well here. I thought the Heuchera would do really, really well here. So anyway, this whole combination I think is absolutely beautiful. I did plant some more fuchsia over here, just kind of off to the side. I didn't sow any lettuce over here, but I'm going to plant these guys here. Heuchera is another one that I have a lot of trouble with, and so I'm going to try it out in this spot. This one is called Fuchsia Upright Firecracker, and it's like a crimson flower, so we'll see how these do. And then up here, I didn't film it, but I actually took some seeds from this buckwheat right here. This buckwheat is a cover crop. I got a pack of these seeds and I used them all. I wish I had more. I'm going to get more. But these are by far the chickens' favorite snack is the buckwheat. They always go for the buckwheat first. So you can see I have some seeds right there, and I took some of those and I actually sowed them over here, resowed them over here. So this was full of buckwheat, and I actually keep grabbing it for the chickens because they love it so much. They love it. It looks like this right there, and it's a really good cover crop and apparently a really good snack for chickens. All right, so that is it for day 9 of my 30-day garden transformation. I love this. It is so, so pretty. And I do have to say, if you guys see this, I know the hydrangea is desperately chlorotic. I actually already fertilized it a couple days ago, so it has fertilizer. It should bounce back pretty quickly, but I just think that looks so pretty. So anyway, I am going to finish up, edit this video, get it uploaded, and then go start getting ready for birthday celebrations for Jason. Very exciting. Stay tuned for day 10. I can't believe we're on day 10. That's a third of the way. This is going fast. This challenge, you guys, if you haven't done it, I know a lot of you are joining me, but if you haven't done it yet, I would think about it, because it flies by and you get so much done day to day. And we're already a third of the way through for this challenge for July. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll see you guys for day 10. Until then, I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.